Fancy Sense family, welcome back to the Fancy Sense channel. If you're new to the Fancy Sense family, I'm Fancy and welcome to my personal finance and lifestyle channel that I started to help everyday people make it make sense. Thank you for taking the time to watch my content. So I've been getting tons of questions about coronavirus check. I guess that's what people are calling it, but it is actually not called a coronavirus check. It's called the economic impact check. So I decided to do a video to address some of the common questions that I've been getting regarding the coronavirus. They even got me calling it the coronavirus check when it is absolutely not called that. If you're new to the Fancy Sense family, make sure you hit that like button. You know, or you can wait to the end and hit the like button. Just hit the like button because you know it's good for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of the Fancy Sense family. I'm coming at you with new content as often as I can get it. You know, the goal this year was to have videos every week, but you know, we working that issue because you know, life happens and you know, things happen. But I'm back to address some of the questions that everybody have been having about the economic impact check, aka the coronavirus check, the stimulus check, all of the questions. So let's get right into the questions that I'm going to answer today. Today I'm going to talk about the economic impact check. The first thing I'm going to talk about is who qualifies for it and how much. I'm going to tell you who does not qualify, just in case you were wondering if you do or you don't. I'm going to tell you how you may get your check, the different ways that your check may come in. I'm going to give you an idea of what time your check is coming, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to prevent fraud during these interesting times that we are currently in. So before we get into the meat of the topic, let me just say this. I've attached tons of links below, so if something I explain is not clear, then just click on any of the links and they should be able to answer all of your questions. I know I have a thick southern dialect. The plan was to do Toastmasters, but you know, Corona happened and you know, now I'm just depending on recording videos constantly so I can get better at talking so you all can understand this thick dialect that I have. But you know, it all starts with practice, and the more videos I record, hopefully the better I get. Just let me know, and you know. So if I don't answer your questions, just use the links, or you can comment below and I will definitely find an answer to your question. I'm here to help. That's what I love to do. I love talking about personal finance. It's actually one of my biggest passions. So let's get right into the meat of the topic. Let's talk about who qualifies for the economic impact check. So first we're going to start off with individuals, because obviously I'm one of those individuals. I don't have any kids, and I also am very single. So I'm an individual. So individuals who make $75,000 or less will qualify for the full value of the economic impact check. If you are filing head of household and you make $112,500 or less, you also qualify for the full value of the economic impact check. If you are married and filing jointly and you and your spouse make $150,000 or less, you also qualify for the full amount of the economic impact check. So for individuals, that amount is $1,200. For married filing jointly, that amount is $2,400, and you also qualify to get $500 per each child in your household. So attach the links if you want to know more details, but that's just the gist of it. If you fall into one of those categories, one of those tax brackets, let's talk about the people who payments will be reduced. So if you're an individual and you make between $75,000 and $99,000 a year, so if you fall head of household and you fall between $112,500 and $136,500, you may get an economic impact check. And if you're married and filing jointly, then you may fall, and you fall in between $150,000 and $198,000, you may get an economic impact check. Of course, it's based off your adjusted gross income, your AGI. TurboTax have provided a great tool. I don't want to bore you all with doing all the numbers because that can be, you know, you don't want to watch all that. You go to TurboTax right now, then you can look, you can type in your numbers, and then you can also be able to, you will be able to determine how much, an estimate of how much money you will get. I always put this disclaimer out. These are always estimated values. They could be head on, they could be somewhere off, but TurboTax have provided a tool, and from my readings, they have been working very well with the IRS, so I think that they're pretty accurate in how much you may or may not qualify for. It's a great tool. I went in and I did a ton of scenarios, so I think it's awesome. We're still going to get into more details of who possibly qualifies. Eligible retirees. So So if you're retired, you may not necessarily be filing a tax return. You may qualify for it. You are a recipient of Social Security. You are retired through the railroad. IRS, the IRS website, which I've also attached in the description below, specifies these types of individuals specifically. Just make sure you check out the IRS website. It's a great resource. It's going to provide you with so much information. Let me put a disclaimer out. Everything I mentioned, I'm not no way affiliated with any of these companies. I just did the research and I just thought I would be the one that give you the tools to go find the information, because that's what I want to make sure I do, is to help you all make it make sense. That's my whole goal. Let's talk about who does not qualify. If your AGI is greater than 99,000 and you're an individual, you're not going to get a check. Or if you're married and you're filing separately, you also probably not going to get the check. If you are greater than 136,500 and you're filing head of household, you probably will not get the economic impact check. If you are married and filing jointly and you make over 198,000, you probably also will not get the economic impact check. Now, if you do have kids, you may qualify for the $500 per child. It just depends on your AGI. So also, as I said earlier, go to that TurboTax tool, type in all of your information, and they can give you a roundabout estimate of if you may qualify and how much you may qualify for. So just use that tool. I didn't want to bore you all with tons of numbers because we all know y'all don't want to sit here for more than 5 minutes of a video. So I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. You also may not qualify if you are dependent. If you do not have a valid Social Security number, you also may not qualify. You're not a U.S. citizen, you will not qualify. And if you filed one of the different returns that I'm going to attach here, because I do not want to say them wrong, so I'm going to attach the different type of tax returns that you filed. And if you file these type of tax returns, you may not qualify. So let's talk about how you get your money, because I know that's what everybody want to know. Y'all want to know how I get my check. How I get my check. How I get my check. How you get your check? If you filed a 2018 to 2019 return and you sign up for direct deposit, you're gonna get your money through the same bank account that you use direct deposit. If for some odd reason you change banks, then at some point the IRS is gonna set up a tool that allows you to be able to put in your direct deposit information. As of the shooting of this video, which today is August 10th, April the 10th, Lord have mercy. If you have not filed your tax returns for 2018 to 2019, you need to file your tax return. You will get your check at some point, because even if you owe back taxes or anything like that, it's not going to impact. They're not going to take the money away because you owe back tax, from what I've read thus far, but it is going to impact your ability to get a check. So if you haven't filed your 2018 or your 2019 tax return, you need to go ahead and file that. You probably will not be a first batch of people who get the economic impact check. However, you may get it eventually. Go ahead and file those tax returns so you can get your check. If you typically don't file a tax return, and those are people who are Social Security recipients, railroad retiree recipients, a Social Security disability recipients from the federal government or the state, they're going to use the payment method that you usually use to generate your benefit. So basically what that means is if you get a direct deposit, you're going to get it that way. If you get it through check, you're going to get it that way. And I'm going to talk about in a minute what happens to people who are going to get their income via check and when it may or may not arrive. If you are a recipient of TANF benefits or SSI and you don't file a tax return, they didn't specify exactly how you all will receive your checks or your money. They basically just said that they're going to set up a portal to allow you to sign up for either direct deposit. The IRS has updated their website since I've recorded this video, and here is what it looks like. I have attached a link for you to get to this it'll take you straight here. I actually have two links. One is going to show you your eligible impact payment stuff, and then I've also attached this link for those who are non-filers. So if you are a non-filer and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get your money, just follow the direction right here in this description. If you qualify, and then you can hit this link right here, and it'll take you to where you need to go to update your information or to provide your information. If you are a filer, meaning you filed your tax payments and you may have changed your bank account information, then what you can do is soon they're going to have an option for you to come in here and update your information. As you can see from reading here, you can update your direct deposit information, and it's also going to talk about check payments if you are going to receive your payment via check. So be on the lookout for that mid-April. Just use the description, and it'll take you directly to this link right here. My recommendation would be to just keep continuously checking the IRS if you don't receive your benefits sooner rather than later. And I'm going to get into the next topic. When is your money coming? I'm shooting this video on April 10th, so some of you all may have already received your money, but if you haven't received your money, the IRS, from whatever they said they're going to start releasing checks on April the 9th. So depending on your bank, you may already have your check, or they also said that the earliest people might receive theirs by April the 15th. So you should receive yours within that 2-week window if you have direct deposit. Now, direct deposit, you filed a tax return 2018, 2019. They didn't specify the order of who was going to receive it. They just said if you got direct deposit set up, you should receive your check within the first 2 weeks. Everyone else that doesn't have direct deposit or is incapable of setting up direct deposit, they're not going to start mailing paper checks until April the 24th, and they're going to mail them in order of the lowest income individuals first. If you make $10,000 or less, they're gonna send their money out, and they're gonna go $20,000 a year less, $30,000 or less, all the way up until the cutoff limit. So it's projected that some people may not receive their money all the way up until September, but it's going to be the September and beyond people are going to be the more higher income earners. So if you're on the lower end of that spectrum, you probably could expect to see your check sooner rather than later. Be patient. The IRS will, they're going to take care of you. They're going to take care of you. So the last thing I want to talk about is how to prevent fraud during this time. Within the next 2 weeks of the IRS releasing your payment, the IRS is going to send you a letter confirming that they did send you your check. If you do not receive your check and you receive a letter from the IRS, the first thing you need to do is follow the direction that they provide you in that letter, because something is wrong. They may have sent a check to a bank account that was used for direct deposit previously and is no longer valid, or you may be a victim of fraud. Remember, I want to make sure I say this correctly because this is what I want everyone to understand. The IRS will not call, text you, email you, or contact you on social media, They will not call, text, or email you or contact you on social media asking you for personal or bank account information. Make sure you watch out for emails that have links claiming they have special information on impact payments or refunds. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it is vital during this time. There are tons of scammers out here, and I know young people, you all are probably watching this video. Y'all get it. But your grandparents, your parents, your aunties, your uncles, they don't understand this information. So I'm telling you this so you can be the catalyst for them to prevent the fraud on their behalf. I believe that people are out here for their best interest, and they don't understand that that is not how the IRS will interact with them. So be on the lookout for your loved ones, you know, the ones who are incapable of detecting the fraud. It's very vital because what we want during this time is for everybody to get on the other side of this and win. That's all we want. That's our goal. That is my goal. That's always been my goal. That's why I started this channel. It's because I want people to be financially free, and I want people to have a great lifestyle in the process. Let me know if you found this content great. If you didn't, just let me know what you didn't find great, and you know, I might try to fix it, or you know, we all growing. If you really like this comment, make sure you slap that like button, because you know it's good for the algorithm. And you know, just even if you didn't like the content, I know you like my face, you know what I'm saying, like you like my personality, you can't help but like my personality. You might not like my personality. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of Fancy Sense family. Don't forget to follow me on your favorite social platform. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. I be on Twitter sporadically. I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook. But follow me on there. I'm always posting new content about personal finance and just productivity stuff, because that's my pride and joy. I'm Fancy, and this is Fancy Sense, where we make it make sense. You still here, so you might as well just go ahead and watch some of my other videos. I mean, you know, the ambiance is a little different, you know, but it's still good stuff. You might well watch it, you know, why not?